I danced through the bullshit, danced through the pain, danced through the dark when they forgot my name. Back to the wall, but I still stand tall. Unheard athlete, yeah. I danced through it all. I danced through it all.
So I sat out my fifth grade year, and then I came back sixth grade year. In sixth grade year, things started to pick up a little bit in a good way. I got taller. I built in my frame. I already had a year under my belt. I didn't know the system all throughout, but I knew a little bit about it because I already had a year under my belt, still playing JV. And then it got to the point where this became fun. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, I'm just doing this to stay in shape. I mean, it was still important for me to stay in shape and stay active, but it got to the point where I wanted to play football for real, like just for fun. And that's what it was, fun. So initially, playing in sixth grade, I also switched positions. I played defensive line. I was playing linebacker, like I said, my first year in fourth grade, but then I skipped my fifth grade year and then went to sixth grade. I missed a year because of the injury. I wanted to play D-line. So I grew into my frame a little bit. I started to bulk up a little bit. I got a little taller. So they put me on the D-line. And that sixth grade year was pretty fun because I knew what I knew what I was capable of. I knew the things that I had to work on, and I knew the things that I've already did to prepare me for my second year playing football. And what made it so fun was the fact that towards the end of the year, they had banquets. And at the end of the year, my first year I didn't get nothing, which I wasn't expecting to get anything crazy because it was my first year and I was still learning. But my second year, my sixth grade year, we was at the banquet and they gave me Most Improved Player of the Year. And that was very humbling and very proud moment for me because I knew I accomplished something. I knew I improved. I improved on my conditioning, knowing the plays, making plays in the game, etc. So for them to give me a Most Improved Player of the Year meant something to me at the time because it showed that determined kid that I knew I was, it turned into something good. And it was something that I hold dear to my heart, to be honest with you, because I think, not to say that medals and trophies are anything, but acknowledgement is pretty important to me, honestly. So not all the acknowledgement, but the fact that they acknowledged me as someone who improved, it was very humbling experience for me. It was very humbling for me. So that was fun. Seventh grade year, again, things start to pick up again in a good way. Seventh grade year, I don't know how old I was. I might have been 13, 14. So seventh grade year, I started to play varsity. I've been in the program for a couple of years. I've been around people. I was in better shape. I knew the system a little bit. I was playing varsity now. And initially, I almost came close to not making varsity because they wanted me to play O-line, and for real, I didn't like playing O-line. So I would do things on purpose, like hold or do something, act like I didn't know the plays just to not play O-line. They were about to cut me and send me down to JV. But they also recognized what I can do on the defensive side of the ball. So they kept me on varsity because of that. And it got to the point that I was doing so well at defensive line, at defensive tackle for varsity, that I actually started getting recognized by my first high school team called the DeMatha Stags. For those of you who don't know DeMatha is a very well-known program across, not just Maryland, but across the country for their football program and other things as well. But just specifically for football, they're very well known. So that was the first school who looked at me. So that year, what I mean by things started to pick up, other schools other than DeMatha started looking at me, like St. John's, Good Counsel, Carroll, McNamara, Bishop Ironton, other schools in the WCAC.
I danced through it all, unheard story, real scars. This is the podcast where we dance through it all.